Hello everyone and welcome to DownUnderSteer. My name is Franky. In today's show we cover news from the Mugello Formula 1 test and we dive into a preview of the Spanish Grand Prix. When I say we, I really mean just me. Jem is away taking some school kids on camp this week. I hope to have him back next week when he returns from the wild. I think he's on a journey to become a man or something similar. We'll step straight into the news. This week we've got the 30th anniversary of Gilles Villeneuve's death. As a tribute, his son drove his father's 1979 Ferrari around Fiorano this week. There's some videos online, and I'll link one to you now, which is got some fantastic onboard footage of that outing that he had in Italy this week. We've had a 3-week break from Formula 1 racing, and during the break the teams have wandered over to Mugello in Italy to do some more testing. Pretty much all of the teams will be bringing new kit with them to try out. Mugello is quite an interesting track. It's very narrow and very, very fast. A lot of the drivers really love driving here. Particularly the Red Bull drivers were full of praise for the track, and there were some great quotes going around. Webber quoted on Twitter, "Did 10 dry laps around Mugello today, which is the same as doing 1,000 laps around Abu Dhabi in terms of satisfaction." Always the joker. McLaren have tested a new front wing at Mugello. It's got the higher nose, which we're used to seeing on the rest of the cars this season. It still doesn't have the step in it. I wonder if they'll run this nose in Spain this week. Also in the news this week, there's strong rumours linking Mark Webber to drive alongside Fernando Alonso next year at Ferrari. There was talk that he was set to retire after this season. It can be many drivers' dreams to drive for Ferrari. I don't know if that's one of Mark Webber's dreams, but it could be a fairy tale way to end his racing career. What do you think? It's only a rumour at this stage. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are as well. Drop us a note on the YouTube channel, or you can make a post on our Facebook page. We're also seeing in the news that Michael Schumacher again has complained about the performance of the Pirelli tyres, likening it to driving on raw eggs, which is an interesting description for tyres. Schumacher's not all that happy about the fact that you can't push 100% on the Pirelli rubber. I guess this would come back to his days recently back at Ferrari driving on the Bridgestone rubber, where they were a lot more durable. Personally, I think it's a good thing for the sport. It adds another variable into the mix where you've got teams who may set up their car or design their car to be very soft on tyres, and hence they can go into races with an optimal strategy on their pits. Whereas a team that has gone for a more aggressive setup may be much harder on their tyres, and hence they're going to need to stop more often in a race. When it comes down to it, Formula 1 is a team sport, and it is also the designers who are winning these races alongside the drivers. I think it's a great thing that the Pirellis wear out fast. It was the intention of Pirelli and Bernie, of course, to put this type of mix into the racing, and I for one think it's a good thing. Moving on to the Spanish Grand Prix, the race is in a few days at Catalunya. The weather seems to be quite good. We've got clear skies heading up until Sunday, where we've got a chance of rain. That always adds another interesting mix into the equation. Talking about the Spanish Grand Prix event, the DownUnderSteer team here have put together some talk points about the Grand Prix. Check out our website, which is downundersteer.com, to check out some of the talking points which the guys have put together for you. The Catalunya circuit, it's a very aerodynamic and demanding track with some fantastic high-speed corners. The teams test here before the season starts, so they all know the track very, very well. Having the best setup will go far to winning this race for them. The layout of this track brings back fond memories for myself as a kid. Back in the day, I would play Accolade's Grand Prix circuit on our old 386 IBM PC. That does make me feel a bit old, but just seeing the top-down view of this track really does, it just means F1 for me. So as we mentioned, testing concluded last week at Mugello. Many of the teams will be showing off their new parts for the first time in a race situation. Pirelli are bringing the soft and the hard compounds to this race, meaning that for the first time this year we have a 2 compound gap between the tyres. Talking about the Pirellis there, and also linking back into what Michael Schumacher was saying about them. What do you guys think about the Pirelli tyres? We've had them now for 2 years. Seems like they're getting into their stride in terms of the compound strengths or the durability of the tyres. Do you like to see these tyres wearing out as fast as they do? Or do you prefer a time back when tyres would literally last an entire race distance? Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you've got to say. So pop something on the YouTube channel, or once again hit us up on Facebook. The Formula One teams are incredibly close and competitive this year. So much that we've had very little luck in predicting the winners and pole positions. Myself and Jem have only guessed one of those results each, which is a little bit embarrassing to say the least. Last year, Vettel won for Red Bull, and the year before that, it was his teammate Mark Webber. Are we going to see a similar result here this year? Have Red Bull got over the challenges which they were facing at the start of this year after having losing their very effective blown diffuser from the 2011 season? The Red Bull's high downforce and fantastic performance in the high-speed corners really is what led them to victory in the last 2 years. So given how competitive the field is at the moment, and the fact that we've had a mid-season break for testing, I literally have no clue who is going to win this race or get on pole. I've decided to put it in fate's hands. I've narrowed it down to 6 drivers who I think will win the race. I'm going to roll a dice to see who the winner is. I've already picked my pole position, which I think will be Webber. And for the winner, I've got 1 to 6 here. So on a 1, it'll be Webber, 2, Vettel, 3, Hamilton, 4, Button, 5, Rosberg, or 6, Raikkonen. Here we go. And we have Webber. I've rolled a 1, so there we go. I've got Webber for pole and the race. Interesting. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out, but we'll see on Sunday. I've spoken to Jem on the phone, and he's picked Vettel for pole and Raikkonen for the win. So we'll see how we go there. Can Webber pull out the double? God. After Catalunya, we have a 2-week break, and we head to Monaco, Monte Carlo. That's all I've got for you today, guys. Make sure you head along to our website to check out the talking points we've got for the Spanish Grand Prix, DownUnderSteer.com. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube. Please like this video if you enjoyed the content, and find us on Facebook. It's facebook.com/DownUnderSteer. I think that's enough plugging for me for one day, so I'll catch you all after the Spanish Grand Prix with our review show. See you then.